have final questions and wrap up, is that, again, remember, we flagged that this is a pre-firm property, right? So one thing we want to look at is whether or not their subsidized rate is worse than their full risk rate, right? So we know that their full risk rate for full coverage is $6,500 under this scenario. To rate them on the, I don't have pre-firm subsidized tables, I don't think here. Hold on, yes I do. You're gonna have these tables, I promise you, you will in the future have these tables. Oh, of course I can't find them. All right, well, rather than waste time looking for them, basically it's unlikely, given that, you know, this person is at -9, that they're gonna do worse on the subsidized rate than on the unsubsidized. If this house were like -1 or -2 or -3, it's very likely that if they're paying the subsidized rate, it's gonna be more than the full risk rate. So, but anyway, we'll cover that all later. Questions? Yes.
At no point on the certifications does it ask about attached versus semi-attached, so that has no part to play.
No bearing
Wow.
at all. What it has bearing on what your mitigation options are, right? Because you can't, it's very hard to elevate an attached home. Unless both neighbors agree, and then they have to do it in coordination. I mean, the people who do home elevations say that you can slice off a house and elevate it, and they've shown me pictures of that, but it's really expensive. So those kinds of features have to do with mitigation options. And again, when you get the clients from RTAPP, you're already going to be told by the engineer what's feasible and what's not feasible.
So
Yeah.
you do have, I'm sorry, we just have a
You
little
just gotta
meeting.
go.
If you do have an attached property, and could it happen to where if me and my brother here, we have an attached house together, but I want to raise mine to be able to cover, but he doesn't, what happens with that?
It may be physically possible structurally to raise your house
And leave it
without destabilizing his.
But it's going to be
Actually,
really
Build It
expensive.
Back has done some of these in Coney Island, okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
elsewhere. So, but again, you need not just an engineer.
Structural
a
engineer.
Structural engineer who understands flood
Right.
because of the force of the hydrostatic action of water and moving water and even standing water.
Because if I do raise mine, but technically, okay, let's say that can't happen, I'm still connected to him though now, right?
Yes, you
So
are.
let's say something else happens and it starts pulling him away
That
and
bearing
pulls
wall.
me.
If it's done properly, you will not be affected by his house coming down from flood.
Get out.
And no, if it's done properly.
That's
Okay?
horrible.
All right.
But it's going to be
No,
really
this is real
expensive.
No,
scientific.
as you build it back, you go to Coney Island, you go to Canarsie, you can see houses where in a row and one's popped up.
And one
Yes,
is real-
that's what I'm
And
saying.
then what they have done, they say, is that they have done it in such a way that it will not destabilize, and your house filling with water in the basement and all that will not destabilize his. That's
there's-
what they.
Wow.
And there's a
They
better
can
way to
do.
do it too, which is just slap another level on top,
Yeah.
right? So one thing we didn't talk about is abandoning your first floor,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So let's say you're attached, you, instead of trying to lift this whole thing, you
Right.
add a third floor, you
And-
stop using
And
this,
stop using it.
and this becomes parking and storage,
Ah.
and then you've elevated, you know, you then get rated
And I
from
could be
here.
up there watching my brother just
And you
wash
can also
away.
raise your interior floor sometimes.
True.
Okay, yes, right,
Because
right,
we're
inside
talking
the
about a
house.
game of inches.
True,
Okay?
true.
Remember, 1 foot is thousands of dollars.
That's right.
So if you are only 1 foot away from the BFE, or the BFE plus 2, because we're in New York, and you
Raise the
raise that first
inside
floor,
floor.
you may lose some ceiling.
Right.
okay? You may raise that floor and then raise the next floor up.
Right.
All right?
Right.
So there
I
are
could do that.
options to deal with
Are
this.
you then interfering with airspace?
In most cases, you're gonna be okay because the New York City Building Code, they modified the building code a couple of years ago to allow people in flood zones to do that.
Okay.
So in most cases, the building code won't stand in your way, but we have seen instances with Build It Back where something else stands in your way, like power lines, right? So there's a house that couldn't be elevated because it would be hidden up against the power lines. Why they can't elevate the power lines, I don't know.
Exactly. It's still the pole line.
They don't own the power lines.
You're making the houses go up, you gotta build a pole sign too. I mean, you gotta, if they're making the people, if they're mandating that they do this, they have to do that as well, I mean.
But you have the air rights.
Concept like mandating too. These choices have financial impact. Okay, and you're gonna run into a lot of seniors who say, I don't care. I'll stand here and drown, okay? And I'm not doing any of this. And you know what? As long as they understand the impact of their choices, there's really very little we can do about it.
And basement apartments are not gonna go away. I mean, you can't tell somebody, you're gonna save $4,000 on your flood insurance. But, and they're getting $2,500 a month, it's not gonna happen. So,
Now,
we
with
talk to
building
people in the real
department
world.
finds themselves, they'll get slammed.
But until they do.
And they're not gonna get anything.
Until they do. Well, you know how many illegal basements there are. 95% of Richmond Hill is illegal occupations.
That's how I make my money. In the summertime, I have Airbnb clients coming in for this beach vacation.
Listen, your beachfront property, you get a lot of money in the summertime.
Oh,
You can pay for your mortgage for the whole year.
Whole year.
Just for the summer.
okay.
So, you're all experts now, flood insurance, but no, we'll come back, we'll see y'all next week.
And just a point that we actually will be having a structural engineer come next week as well. He's going to run through some of the mitigation strategies, hopefully have some great illustrations we can show you. I'm sure many of you guys will have a lot of these same technical questions that we'll be able to answer.
Sorry. I haven't been in the office next week.
Next Thursday morning?
Next Wednesday morning, 9:30.
Wednesday morning? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just want to let you know the multi-unit stuff.